Don't you believe in Santa Claus?
Why should I? He never brought me anything.
That's because you were probably a naughty boy.
Yes. I guess I was no angel.
Christmas movies are supposed to bring joy and cheer, but these flops delivered nothing but financial misery. One flopped so hard it made just 10% of its budget, while another has the rare honor of a 0% Rotten Tomatoes score. There was a period in the 90s when Hollywood worked overtime to make Jonathan Taylor Thomas a movie star. None of his film work came even remotely close to matching his TV success on Home Improvement, though. Case in point, I'll Be Home for Christmas. In it, Jonathan plays a college student stuck in the desert, racing to get home for the holidays. Critics weren't kind, calling out the contrived plot and weak dialogue, and even his loyal fans didn't show up. The movie flopped at the box office, pulling in just $12 million. 5 years before his directorial breakthrough, Bridesmaids, Paul Feig made a Christmas family comedy. It's the story of a bunch of kids snowed in at an airport on Christmas Eve. They get into all kinds of wacky shenanigans as they attempt to amuse themselves. Although there's some potential in the premise, the movie's reliance on slapstick comedy makes it feel like a bad Nickelodeon sitcom at times. The situations the kids get into are also so implausible that they inspire more eye rolls than laughs. Unaccompanied Minors consequently earned a weak $22 million against a production budget of $25 million. All I Want for Christmas tells the story of two kids, Hallie and Ethan, who try to get their divorced parents back together with the help of a department store Santa, played by Leslie Nielsen. Divorce is kind of a downer subject for a Christmas movie, which likely diminished the interest of the young audience at which it was aimed. Lousy reviews didn't help either, with critics calling it witless, insipid, and insidious. All I Want for Christmas has an abysmal 7% approval rating at Rotten Tomatoes. It's rare for Disney to have a flop with a Christmas movie, yet they had a big one with 1985's One Magic Christmas. Mary Steenburgen plays a woman who wishes she had never been born. Guardian angel Harry Dean Stanton shows up to help her see how bad things would be if she never existed. The problem with this movie is that it's a great big downer. Among other things, it involves a bank robbery shooting, some stolen children, and a car accident. No one wants to be depressed at Christmas time. The somber tone of One Magic Christmas caused it to stall out at $13 million.
Why Christmas? Why not?
Does anybody really celebrate it anymore, apart from our clerk, who never misses an opportunity to take a day off with pay?
More or less an opportunity for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December.
Unlike most of the Christmas flops on this list, The Man Who Invented Christmas is actually a pretty good movie. It boasts an 80% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, yet it made just $8.5 million at the box office. Dan Stevens plays Charles Dickens in this movie, which details, with some embellishments, how the author devised and wrote A Christmas Carol. A crowded marketplace is the obvious culprit for the failure of The Man Who Invented Christmas. This small movie opened on Thanksgiving weekend, when bigger movies like Justice League and Pixar's Coco dominated moviegoers' attention. Tchaikovsky's The Nutcracker has long been associated with Christmas. The Nutcracker in 3D, on the other hand, has been forgotten. This misguided film is aimed at children, yet contains some truly creepy content. The villain, known as the Rat King, is surprisingly fearsome. His uniformed troops throw living toys into a furnace and generally frighten people. Roger Ebert called it one of those rare holiday movies that may send children screaming under their seats. Another problem was the retrofitted 3D, which made the film look murky. Critics warned parents away, and The Nutcracker in 3D bombed, grossing $20 million against a $90 million budget. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has a rare approval rating of 0%. Critics labeled it spectacularly misconceived, bloated, and incredibly ugly. Even though a lot of people consider Jack Frost one of the best 90s movies, its box office numbers tell a different story. The movie follows a kid who gets an unexpected reunion with his dad, who's come back as a snowman. The movie only made $34 million against an $85 million budget, tanking hard after critics tore it apart. Most of the backlash came from its cringy dialogue, like the now infamous line from a school bully, "A snow dad is better than no dad." On top of that, its overly childish tone made it tough for older audiences to sit through, with critics basically saying it was a movie designed for 8-year-olds, and no one else. This is one of the least successful attempts at a film about Father Christmas. It tells the story of Santa's origins as a man named Claus who gives presents to his village before meeting the elf toy maker, Patch. The movie should have been a holiday hit, but instead it's painfully dull, earning just $23 million worldwide, way less than its $50 million budget. Its thin plot involves the corrupt businessman BZ trying to overthrow Santa as the face of Christmas. It drags across its hour and 50-minute runtime. Still, it does feature one of cinema's best elves, due to Dudley Moore's amusing portrayal of Patch.
Excuse me, do you know about these wines?
The wine? These ones?
Yeah.
I stocked this section. Why is there a problem?
No, I just want to get some expensive bottles of wine for my children.
This isn't for children.
I know it's not.
Everybody's Fine follows recent widower Frank Good as he sets out to visit each of his adult kids during the holiday season, 8 months after losing his wife. The cast is stacked with big names like Robert De Niro and Drew Barrymore, but it didn't do much to bring people to the theater, earning just $16 million on a $21 million budget. One of the film's biggest issues is its pacing. It drags across its hour-and-a-half runtime. The cast doesn't have much chemistry, making it hard to buy them as one big family. That said, Robert De Niro's performance as Frank really stands out, gifting the movie some real heart.